Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am M&M, Mystical Mermaid. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I am actually going to record on a case that uh, I didn't think I was going to make a recording on this one. However, I never really know. Okay. Spirit said, get up, get to it. So here I am, half a mess, but that's okay. Okay. Um, Everything that I'm about to speak is my spiritual insight, my spiritual opinion. This is not based on factual information released yet. Okay. All right. Um, this is going to be about Riley Strain that went missing here in Tennessee. Okay. I am not in that area. I am in East Tennessee, but not in Nashville. I've got a lot of information, folks. A lot. Okay. I did write down some questions. However, I got 3 other pages worth notes. Okay. Um, First, I want to say this will be solved. He will be found. Um, I'm getting a few random numbers, okay? Um, However, when I ask about possibly when, I get something about within 1 day, okay? I apologize. I don't know the exact day he went missing. Um, I am seeing something between 7 to 10 days, but like I said, 1 day is important. The 26th is important. Um, Also, I am getting April the 11th. Okay, that week between the 11th and the 19th will be important, as well as the third week of May will be important and significant to Riley. Um, But like I said, something maybe he'll be found within 1 day, okay? Or hopefully, see, I'm getting confirmation as I speak this, and it is actually today is the 20th, and it is I have no idea what time it is, but it's early. It is that way you guys know. It is 5:54, okay, a.m. Eastern time. All right. Um, I have my phone here with Riley. That way I can keep that energy going. Okay. Um, you guys, the number 5 is significant as well. However, I feel like that has something to do with the location. Okay. Um, where is Riley? Okay. I'll give you more details once I just answer them. I wrote within 15 mile. Okay. I obviously have to put some kind of vicinity, right? Um, Northeast is what I'm getting. Okay. Um, when I ask where he is, I do get the river. Okay. But there's something significant about the river splitting. Okay. So I don't know if the river has a split, like kind of like a Y, maybe. Okay, so there's something significant about a split. Also, I see the mountain, like the mountainous, or it could just be a lot of hills with rocks in it. I do see a lot of trash. I see under the bridge. Um, However, and see, I'm seeing the 5 again right now. I'm seeing an old building, like a shed. Um, Also, I don't know if a farm is nearby or if it's because of the perpetrator, okay, because they're a farmer or at some point was, okay. Um, I do see a farm. Um, but the old building is significant. Also, I'm not I'm not sure if train tracks are nearby, okay, as well as a cemetery, however, but definitely getting something about a train track. Not sure. I mean, these are things that maybe that I'm picking up in the vicinity, or maybe as we pass through or get to or something. Now, what happened to him? Everybody wants to know what happened. Well, y'all, they need to ask his friends. I am not at all saying they have anything to do with it because I don't feel like they do. Okay, I feel like these are strangers. However, they need to really go try to go back, or maybe they took videos or or like pictures or something. But there was a female that is very significant at that bar, okay, at Luke Bryan's bar. Um, I feel like there was a group of people, okay, that is involved with Riley. Um, I once it begins, I do not see the female anymore. However, I do sense her. So I feel like she's the girlfriend of one of them. I feel like I actually feel like at least one of them worked at the bar. Okay. Um at least one. Now, and I'll go into some descriptions here in a minute, okay? Um he was so followed. Okay, he was followed, he was robbed. Um, the thing is, this was 100% premeditated, not specifically for him, but in general. This has happened so many times. Um, Easy target. I'm just, I'm trying to channel as I speak this out, and I'm hearing he was an easy target, okay? Um, or that's what they had thought. Um, I also see that I'm not seeing guns on them. However, I do see big blades on them and knives. Okay. Um, I cannot tell if he was stabbed um, because of the way when someone's in the water, it does kind of, it makes it harder and less clear. Okay. So I can't speak on it unless I see it. Um, but what I can speak on is that they had them. Okay. The perpetrators. Um, Now, did a homeless man have his shirt? Yes. Full body confirmation right now as I speak it. Um, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because they were into a brawl, because I do see him. Um, I see Riley with his mouth wide open and like, so he's arguing with somebody or trying to defend himself probably with somebody. okay? But for whatever reason, how his shirt got off him, I don't know if it was through a fight or if when they pushed him or thrown him into the river. Now, I do not know if it's been reported that he had the wallet on him. I'm not necessarily seeing them have a wallet. They have something of his, and it's at someone's home. They may actually live in a trailer too. Well, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But they definitely got something of Riley's. Oh gosh, see, my chest is hurting. He's hurting in his chest. So, by the way, well, I'll read that to you in a minute. Um, before I lose this, as I'm connecting, I'm definitely getting some chest issues. Okay, um, I don't. It could just been where they, did that here. Okay. Um. Oh, about the money. I see them taking cash. I do feel like he had cash. Um. I don't know if it's like if he had something special in his pocket that belonged to him, but there's something significant that was his that they have. One of them does, and it's at their home, which is not too far away. Okay. Now, everybody's asking, did the black cars have anything to do with it? I can't speak on if the black car specifically because I don't see that. However, I do see either a gray or it could be silver or white. Okay. I also see that one of them definitely has a truck also. Um, will Riley be found? Yes, I told you guys that. Will it be solved? Yes. Okay, so let me tell you guys what I'm getting. Okay. Um, I think I mentioned Northeast, the hidden building. Um, I do see someone in handcuffs, actually a gentleman. Okay. The wooded brush area, um, a lot of like brushy and branches, a lot of trash. Drugs are definitely involved all the way around. Um, I'm not necessarily like sensing it so much on him. However, he's definitely under the influence. Um, but now I'm definitely picking up both drugs and alcohol. Um, I told you guys that the perpetrator has a personal item of his. There will be additional evidence found. Um, listen, I don't know what the hell law enforcement is doing here, but ooh, see, it's like a punch in the stomach right now to his family because it's like they've set on this. It's like they didn't want to possibly think that it could be a crime. And I don't even know if, like, what it's going to take. I know there's going to be DNA. Um, but the law enforcement need to go to the club or Luke Bryan's bar or the friends or whoever to ask them about these people, okay, that acted a little different, um, because they haven't interviewed enough people. Usually, I can tell if they've already talked to them, okay, and they haven't. Um, I told you guys multiple people are involved. Um, also said that this isn't the first time, so they're criminals. If not murderers, like serial, okay. Um, they need to research a lot of similar crimes to this because it's definitely copycat, okay. Um, perpetrators chose him because they thought he was an easy target. The friends need to think about who they talked to at the bar. He was followed. Um, this was premeditated as a group. Da, 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 da. I said that. Um, okay. I'm seeing a witness. Okay. I, I do see he's homeless. Um, he is late 20s, maybe. Maybe early 30s. He looks a little older, maybe. He's thin, um, dirty. I feel for some reason his hair kind of looks like Prince William, like it's really thin or something on top. Um, and there's something about his mouth, okay? So maybe he has missing teeth or bad teeth. Um, he he is afraid to speak up. However, I am seeing money signs, so I don't know why they've not offered like a reward, because if they did that, then the homeless would definitely speak up, okay? Especially this one. Um, the perpetrator, like I said, I feel like at least one of them works there, but I see that another one works in the area. Um, I said he was robbed. Um, whatever he took is at their house. I do feel like it's at least a couple, okay? Like a boyfriend, girlfriend. Um, and see, I see him with tan skin, okay? She's got piercings. They all got tattoos. I do see an older man as well. At least, well, I feel he's at least 40. The other one is probably mid 30s. Um, yeah, at least mid 30 probably. Um, um, I wrote down about seeing Riley fuss with them. They followed him and ganged up on him, used a female to lure Riley away or just like get his attention or something. Um, I wrote, I see a farm, a bank, then nothing. Um, and that's when I ask where he is, and that's when I'm shown the river splitting. They pushed or thrown him into the water. They had knives. Okay, I said that. The perpetrator does not live far. Um, one of the perpetrators possibly lives in a trailer, or it could be hell, it could be a tent, they or something. I don't know. But the other one lives in a, whether it's a home or an apartment or whatever. The color of this place is significant. Okay. Um, Now, when I ask what the motive was, it's jealousy, drugs, alcohol, and then I wrote copycat. Okay. I get some initials: E, C, S, R. Um, Perpetrator threw the card and shirt. They only took cash, and whatever that is, that's personal to him. It was a stranger. I feel one of them is connected to North Dakota somehow. Um, Somebody possibly works at a food establishment, unless technically the bar is the food establishment. Um, Online is so important. So one of them could work online somehow. Um, I'm getting skinny, brown hair. I do feel like the female is a mother, y'all. Um, I'm also getting the initials W, A, and B. Okay, the tan colored skin is a sociopath, narcissist energy. Phew, my dog scared me. Oh, God. I'm sorry, y'all. I've got this over here playing. Actually, here, let me show you. It was like, I think it might be Nancy Grace. Hell, I don't know. And I was seeing that moving, and then my dog did that. Scared shit out of me. I wasn't expecting it. Sorry, y'all. Let me pause that. Woo. I think what scared me is because of the fact that I was connected to the perpetrator's energy, you know? But anyway, maybe you don't know, but if you are spiritual and you do know, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, the sociopath, narcissist, wears hats. The older one I feel may be shorter, or it could be opposite, okay? But one is shorter and thicker. One of them is known to be a mechanic. Someone has green eyes, and a mustache or a goatee. The older one, I feel, may have gray hair or lighter hair, okay? Unless it's balding or something. I think I mentioned the female has piercings and tattoos. I wrote farmer, train track, under the bridge, tarp, trash, mountain or hills with rocks, northeast, wooded brush, hidden building, farm again. I keep writing things down because the more I see it, then the more I know. I think that may be all. And like I said, within one day, we're going to hear something, some kind of news about it, whether it's him being found or I feel like he will be found very soon. And then, like I said, maybe some arrest by the April 11th that week, and then the week of the 21st in May. Something's significant about it. Let's go ahead and pull some cards, okay? Yes, I'm at 24 minutes, so Lord. Okay. All right. What is the overall energy? The overall energy around Riley Strain's case, please, Spirit. What is the overall energy surrounding it? Breaking free. See, he's in the water and he's breaking free. You see how those weeds are around her body? I'm serious. That's what it is. I just know it. Trust is on the bottom. Okay. What is Riley's current energy, please, Spirit? Relaxation. trust is on the bottom again. And then my finger is at letting go and inner knowing. Okay. What's this sticking out? And love. Okay. So let's see. Okay, let's just use these to see. If it doesn't make sense, we'll get a darker deck, okay? Alright, why did I put that up here? Okay. Alright. Show me what happened to Riley's train that night. What happened? I opened it up to the High Priestess, which is the mystery or the unknown, basically. Okay. One more shuffle. Okay. What happened to him? I feel like they really thought he was like rich. Okay. I feel like they looked at him like he had all kinds of, actually, damn, see, Spirit's showing me that he had a lot of money or folded money or something. I don't know if it was in his pocket, or something like that, and they seen that, and that's, I feel like, another reason why they chose him. Okay, so what happened? All right, we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so they could have been sitting around eating, getting to know people. I can't help but notice how this family sitting there, and then on the opposite side, it's like they're having tea time with her stuffed animals. So obviously, they're very different from the stuffed animals, right? So it's kind of like Riley and his friends, okay, with them that are different, okay? And see, and then I've got my finger here at this Ace of Cups, okay? This, and there's the Page of Swords, drama. See, I do not see if the female has tan skin or not. I cannot see that clear enough to speak on it. However, that did just come out. But the Page of Swords here is gossip and drama and quick. You know, this isn't, with this Ace of Cups, basically, it's very manipulating energy. So it's kind of like, I feel like maybe she flirted with him or something like that. Okay. Something. What happened to him that night? And even as I say that, and I look down at this card, and you see him floating off, in that air balloon, getting high. So they is he drinking by any chance? I ain't got my glasses, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if he's drinking something or eating something there, but I definitely got getting high. Not obviously, not on purpose. I'm not saying that. But I feel like probably, this is part of their plan. What happened to Riley? We have the Lovers here. With that Two of Wands. With this Lovers, I feel like this is probably the couple, okay? Maybe they were fighting. I'm not sure exactly, okay? Here's the Seven of Pentacles. That is you reap what you sow. And plus those are gold medals there. And it is pentacles. I have that with them. And it's like, here they are looking for the perfect spot or something. You see what I'm saying? And it's kind of split, one's dark and one's light, but I'm getting full body confirmation as I speak on that. I'm seeing the color green. Maybe that's the color of the apartment or the home. Hell, I don't know. I know it's significant. Or a green car, maybe. Not sure yet. I know I see some sort of higher up vehicle and then a lower vehicle, but it's either white, silver, or gray or something like that. But anyways, here that is. They were, I feel like looking, okay? Knight of Swords, something impulsive decision happens next. There's the Hangman, okay? To me, I feel like that's them pushing him off. Here's the Ten of Swords. That's, okay. All right, let me ask, who did this? Who is responsible for Riley missing right now? I opened up to the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Ding-a-ling. Oh my God, I bet she worked there. Because, look, she's got a heart. Look at that with the Devil. The Seven of Swords, keeping it hidden. Lie, cheat, steal, deceit. The Ten of Swords is on the bottom, y'all. See, and look at that Queen of Pentacles. It's like for the money, right? Plus at her job. With that card right there, I feel like she was at work. Okay. And here you can see what that dude's doing. Whether that's she kept her boyfriend hidden, or if that's just showing she was up to no good, setting him up, basically. Okay. But I totally feel it. All right, let's see what comes out, though. Who is responsible for Riley missing, please, Spirit? Who is it? Who is responsible? All right, so, all right, we've got my finger on the Strength card here. Here, you see a younger gentleman with tan skin. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we have an older gentleman here that is getting very defensive. Okay, very defensive. Oh, look at this Magician right underneath that. And he's a DJ. So I told you, maybe they both work there. All right. We do have the Four of Swords. Okay, so that is resting energy or something to a stop. So I don't know if that's actually Riley's energy there. Maybe he was looking for a ride. Maybe he thought they were giving him a ride. Oh, shit. Okay. Damn. All right. Let me put these up and pull from a different card or a deck and just kind of see. And then I'll pull a time frame and I'll leave you alone. I just wanted to let you guys know what my insight was. Okay. What happened the night that Riley went missing? I opened right up to the Seven of Swords. Damn. All right. What happened the night Riley went missing, please, Spirit? We have the Three of Wands. So that's, to me, that's at least 3 people. Not only is it 3 people, but there's a damn farm in this card. Okay. Also, Three of Wands is plans, like that pre-planned here. Okay. Look, Nine of Swords. That impulsive fast decision, okay? We have the devil. There it is, okay? And you can see it's a couple, okay? And look, they are putting justice into their own hands. You see how she's like trying to F it up there? Knight of Wands here. I do feel like they tried to befriend him and be like, hey, you want to ride? We knew you from in here, you know? My finger was here on the Four of Pentacles. And you can see that he's, there's a camera there. Y'all, his friends has got these people on camera. I'm telling you, he does. That could be him maybe getting his money out to maybe try to pay for the so-called Uber or something, maybe. Ooh, and you know what? That man has a mustache. What is Riley Strain's current energy right now, please, Spirit? Okay, we have the Queen and King of Wands. Y'all, with the High Priestess unknown. So, even with his energy, it's still picking up the unknown here because of them. Yeah, like I open up to the Tower, sudden chaos, and that Three of Pentacles just wanted to fall out. The Three of Pentacles is collaboration, working together. See, they planned this, whoever all these people are. They've done this at least, I feel, at least 6 times. At least. Okay. Let me ask where he is and see what kind of card comes out, okay? If it's a card with like water or something. All right, Spirit. Where is Riley? All right, I open up to the Two of Swords, okay? In this Two of Swords, you can see the water in the background, but you can also see that this woman's covering her eyes like she doesn't want to see it, okay? I'm sorry, I've got that lit. Okay. Where is Riley Strain, please, Spirit? We have the Ten of Wands, okay? He is standing up on a rock here, kind of like a mountain. And look, y'all, Ten of Swords. Strange I used this deck, but look how he's on dry but wet too. So I just wonder if it's like up on the side of a bank somewhere. Look, there's the Emperor. Look, and look at this Fool, you guys, to where he's trying not to fall off that ledge right there. I really feel like he was pushed by 3 people right there underneath it. Let me pull a time frame. Again, all this is my spiritual insight, okay? This is not based on factual information yet. All right. We'll pull from this timing deck, and then I'll pull from regular tarot, to see. When will Riley Strain be found? When will his physical body be found? Did I say 10 days? Like 7 to 10 days? I wonder how I should have. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact date. Okay, now it says here within 2 weeks. So let's see. And then we have at night and afternoon. Listen, I do feel like it will be more of like in the evening. Was he found last night? Tuesday night? If not, if he wasn't found Tuesday, like last night, that's how much I don't watch stuff, y'all. Because I don't want it to affect my insides. If he hasn't been found, maybe it's going to be this next Tuesday. I don't know. Something about Tuesday is going to be significant, and or it could be Thursday, I guess. All right, show me this. When will Riley Strain physical body be found, please, Spirit? When will his physical body? See, I just got one spiritually. Okay, so we have the Chariot, okay, on the bottom of the deck. That is a summer card, but well, everybody kind of reads it different, I believe. I'm sorry, that's in my eye. But that is forward movement. Okay, this is active energy. To me, when I get the Chariot, I know it's going to be just a few moments, few days. With the Fool here, that is number 0. So it could very well be today, okay? I do see that people have been very, 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 very close to him. All right, y'all, that is what I've got for Riley Strain, okay, in Nashville that is missing. I am praying for his mom. Her heart is killing me. The crack in her heart is unbearable. It's so sad. Anyways, y'all, if you pray, please pray for all of them, okay? Love one another, be kind to one another, and I will see you guys next time, okay? Bye.